A file watcher shows success with 0 files processed, yet the file is sitting on disk. The root cause: the run window closed at 3:00 a.m. and the watcher never looked again. Let's break down AutoSys date conditions and run window, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Today we're diving into AutoSys date conditions and run window, two attributes that control when jobs run. Misunderstanding them leads to silently dropped file events and missed SLAs. AutoSys is an enterprise job scheduler. Its run window restricts when a job can start. Date conditions is the master switch. Set it to 1 to enable time-based scheduling. Together, they give precise control, but misuse causes silent failures. Date conditions is binary. When 0, start times and run calendar are ignored. When 1, time is an active gate that ANDs with any conditions. Many engineers forget the default is 0 and watch jobs never run. Here are 3 JIL examples. The first job runs only on dependency. The second has both a schedule and a condition. The third shows how to disable time scheduling by setting date conditions back to 0. Run window works differently by job type. For CMD jobs, it's a suggestion. AutoSys raises an alarm but doesn't kill the process. For file watcher jobs, it's a hard gate outside the window. Files are invisible. Box jobs inherit the window unless they define their own. The first job is a file watcher that only detects files between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. The second is a CMD job with an overnight window. Note term runtime. Without it, the job could run past the window and never be killed. Without term runtime, a CMD job can run for days past its window. The team thought run window would kill it, but it only raises an alarm. This caused table locks and 30-second delays on customer orders. Windows that cross midnight work natively. AutoSys compares start and end times. If start is greater than end, it assumes the window spans to the next day. Always test with AutoRep to verify. This box job has a midnight spanning window from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. AutoSys handles it correctly. But be careful, if you swap start and end, the window becomes 22 hours instead of 8. If you mean overnight from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., the correct window is 23:00:01:00. Swapping them creates a 22-hour window that overlaps day shifts and causes resource contention. A common mistake: setting date conditions to 1 without a run calendar. AutoSys uses the system default calendar, which includes weekends and holidays. Your first-of-month job might run on January 1st. The first job has no run calendar. It runs on any day the system clock matches. The second explicitly links to US Business DAYS, so it skips holidays. Always add an explicit calendar. If 2 jobs in a box share the same run window, the second job may sit in activated state until the window closes and then be skipped. No alert is raised. Stagger start times or use box-level windows. The first pair shares a window ending at 01:00, but B starts at 01:05. It's already outside the window and gets skipped. The fix gives each job its own window slot so they don't overlap. When 2 jobs share the same run window and one starts after the window closes, it's skipped without any error. The SLA report shows completed because it was never in error state. To handle jobs that run past their window, create a zombie killer job that runs 5 minutes after window close. It checks process tables and kills any still running instances. Always use a grace period. SIGTERM first, then SIGKILL. This pattern uses a zombie killer job that runs after the window closes. It kills the parent job if still running, then a watchdog checks for orphan locks. This prevents resource leaks. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. The file arrived at 2:57 a.m., but the run window ended at 3:00 a.m. The watcher only checks for files during the window. If its last watch interval check was at 2:55, it never saw the file. After 3:00, the watcher stops checking entirely. The file might as well not exist until the next day's window. A file watcher job had a run window that ended before the file arrived. causing the job to never detect the file. The fix extends the run window to cover the file arrival time. The fix is to extend the run window to cover the full overnight batch window, e.g., 00000600. Alternatively, set date conditions. 0 so the watcher runs continuously, and add a condition that checks file age before triggering downstream jobs. The key is to ensure the window is open when the file arrives. This is the exact incident from the hook. The file watcher has a run window of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. A file arriving at 2:57 a.m. is never detected. The watcher doesn't check outside the window. The job shows success with 0 files. The run window attribute syntax, HH, with a hyphen and spaces is valid in AutoSys R11.3 and later. In older versions R11.0 and earlier, the separator must be a dash without spaces, e.g., 08:00-18:00. If you're on a legacy system, verify the exact syntax in your version's documentation to avoid JIL parsing errors. The article mentions that run window raises max run alarm for CMD jobs, but doesn't show how to configure it. This snippet demonstrates setting max run alarm in the global profile or job level override to trigger an alarm when a job exceeds its window. When run window spans a daylight saving time transition, e.g., 01:0002:00 on the day clock spring forward, AutoSys may skip the window entirely because 2:00 a.m. doesn't exist. For overnight windows crossing DSD, use a wider window or test with a job that logs actual execution time to confirm behavior. When jobs don't run as expected, run these commands. First, check date conditions. If it's 0, time scheduling is off. Then check run window and compare with current time. For CMD jobs, verify term runtime is set. Let's run through some common interview questions. What is the difference between date conditions and run window? Date conditions enables time scheduling. Run window defines execution hours. Does run window kill a CMD job? No, it's advisory. Use term runtime for termination. Why is run window important for file watcher jobs? It enforces detection gates. Outside window files are invisible. And a few frequently asked questions. What does date conditions 0 do? Disables all time-based scheduling. Job runs only on conditions or manual triggers. How do I kill a CMD job that runs past its window? Add term runtime in minutes. Run window alone doesn't kill. Can run window span midnight? Yes, use start end, e.g., 22:0006:00. To recap, date conditions is the master switch. Run window behaves differently for CMD and FW jobs. Always test edge cases and never assume run window kills running jobs. Ready to go deeper? Up next, AutoSys job status codes explained, then AutoSys send event command, then AutoSys autorep command. Find them all at TheCodeForge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at TheCodeForge.io.